Hello and welcome back for part 7 of This is Total War with Throgg. And that in turn couldn't have gone any better. Ek, having depleted half his army recolonizing Ultra Spawns, came south and was ambushed by Throgg and suitably beaten up. So we were just able to confederate his faction. We only picked up one new enemy, with these minor Dark Elf faction over the other side of the water over here. Before I forget, I will declare war on them.
Noble boy, make this quick. I have
So, built up a fair number of contacts and therefore enemies at this stage. My kind of optimistic hope, I think, is that Throgg basically is able to come through and take quite a lot of central and western Norsca off Wulfric before I have to deal with either Kislev or the Skaven or Krakatrak. I'm pretty sure the Skaven are going to beat Krakatrak at this point. They actually blew up this settlement last turn. Just checking settlement counts here. Yep, so Skaven still only have 2 settlements, so they raised this but didn't reoccupy it yet. But the poor old dwarves are getting wrecked. But I hope they can hold out a little longer, just so I don't have Skaven attacking from the west. Not clear what's going to happen with Kislev, of course. We'll get to that. But yeah, I think realistically I'm still going to be limited to 1 army. Right now I've got 3, which is why I'm losing this much money. That's even more money. We did inherit or confederate some buildings that increase income. So we actually picked up tier 3 income building here, which is 400 gold a turn, which is really nice. An extra 100 from the port. 30 from the settlement, that doesn't really matter. So 500 gold from Fog Camp. And there's an extra couple hundred from the Tower of Crack. So yeah, 350. So that actually helps my tax situation a fair amount. But yeah, I just don't have the income to support multiple armies still. So first decision, let's sort out troops.
Despoil and ravage.
This is what's left of Ek's army. And I actually didn't realize all of the in the sort of excitement of the ambush that he's actually on a warhorse rather than his chariot all along. But anyway, he's got this ward save 17% talisman, which is really nice, and going straight to Throgg. And also this mountain scout, which can go straight to Throgg too. So disciplined is a pretty solid trait, and skill wise, yeah, Voice of the Dark Gods is fine. Root Marsher, of course you pick that up at some point or other, and then Dominating Presence into Beast Slayers is fine for Marauder missile units, so no real wasted points here. Probably wouldn't have picked up Warhorse, but that's fine. So I probably will bring him back as a Lord at some stage. Right now though, I just need to decide which units to keep. So Marauders with great weapons, definitely gone. I'm essentially looking to combine this army with Throgg's army, and with with an eye on adding in my heroes. I'm going to make space for 3 heroes, I think. So yeah, it's just a question of the combination of the other units. I'm just going to merge these 2 chariot units. Apparently 1 + 2 = 4. Nice Total War math there. But I think the chariot unit is an upgrade over my Norscan Ice Wolves. Ice Wolves do okay. They've done okay in the battle so far, but I think the chariots basically do very similar job. They're not quite as mobile, but they're a lot tankier, and they also have more impact on the charge. I think having multiple fast units taxes my micromanagement a little too much. There's also diminishing returns on getting the enemy formation to break apart and be distracted by them. So yeah, gonna disband these ones. Marauder frontline can go. Also, I like disbanding the Regiment of Renown so that in 10 or 12 turns time I'll be able to recruit them on the fly. So if I need to like defend Aisling's Conclave against some attack coming from here, I can recruit a lord, pick up now, well, it could be 2 regiments of renown, or even 3 if Throgg gets another couple levels by then or whatever, but actually make like a solid defense on my capital, for instance, without having to recruit a lord and then have him sit there, build troops over several turns. So I'll keep the regiment of renown units in reserve wherever possible. Okay, so I'm going to make space for one more hero. I think that just means merging the low experience javelins, then expanding this one. So now the question is, what else do I want from here? I'm not going to keep the Marauder Horsemen. These are just the tier 1 Marauder Horsemen. The tier 3 ones are a little better. They have better leadership. I think they do more armor piercing damage and stuff. But yeah, we don't have access to those. And, you know, ranged missile cavalry is somewhat useful. I definitely love it in other Total War games, but again, I think there's some diminishing returns on having multiple fast units, and I like the chariots a little more. I'll try with them. So you guys can go. So these 2 units can replace the 2 lowest experienced javelin units. That's an easy decision. So I need to decide about this unit. I actually do like this unit. I'm going to replace one of my... Yeah, I'm going to basically bring in all 4 of these units, I think. Oh, he can't quite reach, that's too bad. I eat my enemies. But bring in all of you. Okay. And I'll disband 2 of the other regular Marauder Hunter Javelin units. So I've gone down from, I think, 15 to 12 Marauder Javelins. Picked up 1 Marauder Axe Thrower. So this guy is slightly shorter range, but better armor piercing, and has this shield breaker, so that it's more effective against units with shields, basically. Yeah, otherwise the stats are kind of similar. Cost a little more gold, but that's fine. Alright, Surtha, I think I'm done with you for now. I may call upon you later.
Despoil and ravage.
Alright. So this is actually kind of manageable, even with the supply line penalty from this other army.
Enslave the Southerners.
Yeah, unfortunately this guy doesn't have any movement range. And he's also stuck in forced march stance, so we can't do any recruitment here. So Barcamp's a pretty nice territory, like I was saying. We don't need this plunder haul. Naglfari Plains is going to get wrecked. I'll try and sell these buildings just in case they sack rather than raise or occupy, but with a stack and a half here I obviously can't do anything to protect it. Maybe I just attempt the abandonment here as well. Sure. I've seen a lot of the AI Norscans raising settlements and reoccupying, and I think I can exploit that. For example, I think I can set Throgg up to basically, if I abandon this when, say, one of these armies is about to attack it, they'd see it as unoccupied. If Throgg's out here in ambush stance, they don't see him as a threat, so they reoccupy this, throw half their army away again, just like Surtha, and I go wreck them. Seems like could work well. Just thinking about this guy, I don't know how he has a chariot at rank 1. He doesn't really have a chariot. I think it's just that lords that Surtha recruits, or that the Varg recruits, start with chariots by default. But the thing is, because he can't recruit this turn, he's just not useful to me. Like, a new lord recruited here would actually be more useful than this guy, because even though he couldn't move, he could still recruit. So I'm afraid you're gone, my friend. Alright, so then we do have an option to recruit here. It cost us, yeah, 670 extra on top of the... Well, this is the cost of the lords, plus, yeah, the supply loads penalty. Let's think about that. Alright, Throgg has no movement left. Yeah, that's fine. He's going to need 2 turns to replenish, that's okay. I can afford to raid here.
I knew it.
Might as well spend this level up point. Okay. So this boosts replenishment rate for Norscan trolls, ice trolls, and Fimir, which actually wouldn't be bad here. Monstrous Fiends is melee defense for the Fimir and trolls, melee attack for the trolls, and leadership for the Fimir. I actually would rather that leadership be on the trolls. I think it's their biggest weakness. He has this King of Trolls one that gives him leadership. So you can see Throgg actually does boost the trolls, but also the Fimir by a fair amount. And, right, it's rank 15 for that one. Yeah, also Spawn of Chaos now, so units gaining experience passively every turn, which is great. I think we're bringing more heroes into the army. I won't go for this because those extra heroes help with their own leadership auras. So I'm looking at Monstrous Fiends or starting along the red line. Get going on Beast Slayers, increase ammo and missile strength for my hunters. It's too bad that the Fimir warriors and the ice trolls have different like specialty selections here. Okay, I think I'll go for Dominator Presence and then work on Beast Slayers since the majority of my damage is coming from my missile guys. So you're the Infernal Dominant Sorcerer. You are joining Throgg's army. And both my Skin Wolves. Oh, they can't quite reach, that's fine. I guess in that case, you may as well head over this way. Join next turn. And this Sorcerer, I'm actually going to have him turn around. I want to have him come scout down here towards Kislev. So, let's do a little geography here. Kislev has 9 settlements, but I think I actually have intelligence on the military presence in all of them. Let's see if that's true. So, Zoishenk and Erengrad's down here. So that's 2 settlements. Military presence 0. Fort Strykov and Fort Ostrosk, which is over here somewhere. That's 2 more settlements, so that's up to 4 out of the 9, and no military presence there either. Then Volksgrad and Prague. Prague's over here. Military presence 9, so that's basically 18 or 19 units between those 2. So I know they've got basically a full stack over here. And that brings the settlement total up to 6. And then here, Kislev, Zavrastra, Fort Drakova, which are basically in kind of a triangle up here, are the last 3 settlements. And I see they have military presence 5, so that's 15 to 17 units here as well. So they've got most of a stack here, and most of a stack here. Now looking at this, they could have other troops in the field, they could have other troops in the territory of the Bone Rattlers, but it's fairly unlikely that they have, right now at least, a substantial military presence, say, up on this border. And it makes sense, because they haven't been at war with the Varg, who held this territory before. So even though they might consider attacking me now, because I'm their enemy, and now their neighbour, I'm not anticipating an attack in the immediate future. So what I want to do with this Sorcerer is basically get like at least 1 turn's warning before the Skaven or Kislevites come after me here, so I have the time to like sell the important buildings, make some money. Yeah, but it's very nice that I actually have sight of all, essentially the military presence across the whole of Kislev. Okay, so Lords and Heroes stuff's moved, actually making a little money now. Certainly not complaining about that. Take a quick look at Throgg's army. So my front line will be Throgg himself, Fimir, trolls, and then double Werkin. I think that's solid. We'll go with that for a while, or just see how it works against these armies of Wolfricks that I'm assuming we'll be fighting in a few turns. And we've got 1 sorcerer in the army. Yeah, I think that all looks great. So I don't need to recruit more units, and I especially don't want to recruit more units from the basic barracks line. Mortar champions are strong, but yeah, they just have the same issues that I kind of have with most melee infantry on legendary difficulty. They tend to just not really perform as effectively as other units. So I just favor, I favor even short-range missile units over most melee units. Their stats are solid. Their defensive stats are decent. I don't think I'll replace either the Fimir or the Trolls with them though, and that's what the replacement would be. So yeah, the bottom line is I don't need any of these units, and I think I'd rather just take the 2400 gold from this and get some defences going in the Tower of Krak. This building here gives a boost to construction cost, or a discount to construction cost, and makes some money. I think I'll keep that. I'm going to actually go for a tier 3 upgrade on this. It's a little greedy, because this settlement is a bit exposed. Maybe that's too greedy. Because that 1600 gold is an extra 100 income over what I have, so it takes 16 turns to pay for itself. Okay, I'm talking myself out of this. I'll keep the one that's there, but I won't put extra into it. And I can also start taxing this province. Yes, I've got to. I forget about these fairly recent changes with the region control, where if you have high control, you get discounts on buildings and recruitment and stuff. And conversely, if you have low control, you get small penalties on those things. Okay, up at the Altar of Spawns, we can definitely get the port rebuilt. And come over this way. This building I can sell. I'm not sure I'm going to hold on to Varg Camp. In any case, I'd rather get defences here. And this building's 400 gold a turn, which is valuable even for a couple of turns, so... yeah, I think that's a good decision. Tech-wise, what do I want? Income for post-battle loot. Obviously good. Income from selling sacking settlements. Yeah. I don't have much cavalry, so I'm not going to prioritize the cavalry boosts. Armor, I don't really care about too much. Melee defense, melee attack from Marauders is okay. So this boost, charge bonus for Ice Trolls and Fimir, and then weapon strength for Ice Trolls and Fimir. Yeah, this is for the Warhounds and Ice Walls, which I'm not going for, and this one is more for Mammoths and, yeah, the high tier units. So I think none of this is a high priority. This would unlock these bonuses, but I don't think I need any of these right now. Some of these are really strong. Actually, upkeep minus 10% from Marauder units is kind of nice. I'll take 33 turns to get there. Yeah, 10%. I'm going to have a decent number of Marauders, so that 10% is not negligible, but it's probably not enough to justify. Let's try to prioritize making my Marauders as strong as possible. This will slightly boost my garrison units too. Let's go for the melee attack, melee defense. Okay. Yeah, so maybe last decision here is what to do with Sal encampment. Let's leave it. Because I have two armies here, I obviously want to be careful about how I engage them. I do have lightning strike, which helps, but still, they could be strong. Lots of infantry here. That's kind of what I want to see, I think. Okay, hunters. Ooh, Ice Wolf chariots. Yeah, it's a strong unit. I think Wolfwick starts with those. But probably a lot of berserkers, if I had to guess. Alright, I'll keep Sal encampment empty for now. Unfortunately, yeah, I can't. There's no tier 1 defense building to put up here because it's a major settlement, so that comes in at tier 2. Alright, anything else to do? I don't think so. Right, of course I don't have any hero recruitment. Oh, I can get this to tier 3. Yeah, good job I checked that. Definitely looking to hold Aesling's Conclave if I can, so investing in economy makes sense. And we're actually turning a profit. Well, there's plenty of time and room for the campaign to go poorly, but I couldn't have really asked for a better position. Turn 27, I think. All things considered. Economy's not too bad, army's in decent shape. Reduced Norscan enemies down to just one faction. Other factions not up in my face yet, so we will see what happens. Yeah, do keep getting wrecked. We saw that one coming. Okay, this army's not too scary. It's all infantry, 2 missile units, lots of berserkers, and this guy's on a horse. Okay, I think an auto resolve here. I don't think I can do very much damage. They'll be able to replenish it anyway. I'm more interested in what he does here in terms of blowing up or occupying. Okay, occupied. Yeah, the decision that would actually make sense. Alright, this garrison's not going to do anything. Oh, he's also got skin wolves here. Yeah, they're pretty vulnerable. So they're pretty vulnerable to our missile fire, but they're actually quite good against our own monstrous infantry. Then the chariots we saw, 4 missile units, 3 berserkers. Okay, I'm not too scared of the stuff I'm seeing here. I think more chariots I'd be concerned about. Alright, he blew that up. Interesting. Yeah, so we couldn't do anything to save those settlements. That's fine. Total amount of territory, as in my previous campaigns, is just not something I have at the top of my priority list. Making sure your legendary lord's getting experience, your army's as strong as possible, like these are the things that matter a lot more. Oh, that sucks. 5 turns of weaker magic just to get my sorcerer into the army. Great. So, what is the plan now?
A step too far.
Start by moving my heroes.
I guide the try. Tricky. Treachery.
Alright, here is Throgg the Unclean.
I'm too smart,
Oof.
clever for that.
Really scary units here. Rattling guns, plague claw catapults. Yeah, this is not the sort of stuff I want my army up against for sure. Like, yeah, Marauder Hunters, not what you want to be facing. Like, anti-infantry artillery plus basically machine guns. Yikes. Well, it kind of looks like he's going after the dwarves, so they'll just have to see. Yeah, it's very good I spotted him here. Okay. Ah, good. Yeah. So, in the interest in sort of stalling Strott, whether he's coming for us or going for Cracker Drac, I'm going to attempt to block this army. I'm almost out of movement anyway. It costs a small amount of gold. Chance of the hero getting wounded small, and it's not disastrous if he does get wounded. Alright, well he failed, but he got enough experience to rank up. Oh, and he got a seer. That worked out well. Yeah, I think... Let me just check on these. Traits, income from buildings, twisted architecture. Yeah. These are kind of nice bonuses, but I really want to prioritize the magic, I think. Okay, I'm going to work on magic with this hero even though he's not currently in the army, just because the getting the high tier fire spells is so strong. Right, so now I can bring my heroes in here.
It's feeding time. Throgg hears you.
I feel like here I kind of want to maybe move to here and go into raiding camp stance.
I'll get there. Courteous.
So it looks like that's a full heal. Yep. And we're going to lose line of sight over here.
I see death.
Let's have you scout. If one of the armies comes east, I think what I'll do with Throgg is put him in ambush stance just behind Sal encampment, so that if they go to attack Sal encampment, they'll be fighting Throgg as well. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, do you have any forces over here? Nothing I can see. Military presence 6, but that's the stack in Doomkeep, of course. Nothing here either. Right, how strong are you?
Negotiation.
Oh, you
this?
might have some other troops
I
somewhere.
let you talk. Then we do.
Maybe not, though. It's always hard to gauge the balance of power. They don't have too much apart from units I can see, I think. My main consideration is just whether I need to be selling off buildings in Val Camp, but I don't think so. Alright. So next turn, Throgg will be in fighting shape. And yeah, this hero makes unit 20. Right, I've demolished all my recruitment buildings, but that's kind of a risk I'm happy taking. So yeah, we'll see if I can set up a situation where they come over towards the Sal encampment, and then I can ambush them, or not even necessarily ambush, but be hidden out of in ambush stance at least, and then get both my garrison units plus Throgg at the same time. Something like that. We'll see what they do. Okay, so let's look at building. Yep, we'll get this to tier 3. This basically helps that public order though, which is good. Definitely want that to tier 2. And do defenses here. Yep. Check on Kislev. Ah! So, troops have moved over this way. Military presence 9 now in Fort Staghov. And no military presence in Voltsgrad. Okay, so let's assume... do our detective work again. Let's assume that the army in Prague force marched to... I'm not sure they could actually make it all the way up to Fort Staghov. No, probably not. So let's assume they moved up to Fort Ostrosk. It'd be really convenient if Kislev would be at war with Skaven, but of course that's not happened. And no military presence there. Military presence 7 here. Ooh, but they lost the Vrastra to Sylvania. Nice.
Do not expect a
Okay, that's very good for me.
fortress.
At least in the short term. More enemies my enemies have, the better. Okay. So I'm going to assume I'm not going to be attacked this turn. Or next turn. That might be wrong. I might end up sinking some gold in here that I don't get back, but... I think the army is over still in the this fort that's a bit further to the east. This hero can help me figure that out next turn, hopefully. Alright, don't want to build anything there. Varg camp, get the defenses going. Yeah, public order obviously is going to be dropping off in all these settlements, but that's not an immediate problem. Actually, okay, I should have remembered to put the campaign movement range on. So I'm pretty sure this +5 for all armies of all factions. I don't... Yeah, that doesn't actually... I think what it means is both you and your enemies get +5. It doesn't mean, like, literally global to everyone on the map. So with that in mind, let's switch the CR over to the wizard with the army, since I benefit from this, but Wulfric doesn't. Yeah. Just have a quick check. Yeah, I don't need the seer on Throgg. You've already got the Berserker. Yeah, alright. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's not good news. That army is walking the way I did not want it to. You're force marching. Huh, okay. Well, Kislev didn't show, that's good. Oh, my other sorcerer got a rank up. That's nice. Alright, let's have this sorcerer move first, although I'm guessing he's not going to be able to catch up to... what's his name? Throt. Throt force march, right? Yeah, here he is. Ah, shoot.
No! Doomed!
Oh, what a strong army this is. Okay, if I knew I was coming up against Plagueful Catapults, I would probably have kept more chariots. Oh, that's okay. It's a little hard to predict. Well, cancelling that construction. I think... okay, let's move this hero. Try and figure out what happened this way. Oh, they force marched this way. That's actually pretty smart of them. I was really hoping I could draw them into heading east to come after Throgg, but sadly that means Varg camp is not going to be able to be held. Let's just get the money out of this while I can. I'm pretty sure they can't reach us in a single turn. Alright, well, so much for making a decent amount of money. Now the question is... yeah, what am I doing with Throgg? I guess the good news is that this gives the dwarves a bit more of a breathing room. Yeah, military presence 13, so they've actually built up most of an army here again. Bad news is Throt's coming for me, and this army is very strong. Well, yeah, it's got units that are very good against me. It's got some weak units too. You have Storm Vermin. Yeah, bonus versus large. It's gross.
I rule!
I think I should head back over this way. Or keep heading over this way. If this gets blown up, it's fine. There's a ton of Chaos Corruption here. I think that...
Stupid experiment!
I think these settlements will basically cause Throt to stall and reoccupy them. And so I don't think there's any danger of him getting up here particularly quick. Yeah, the underway makes that more complicated because he can basically hop across like this.
I see death!
Make some in vain attempt to sell those buildings. I doubt he'll straight occupy this. I think he'll either sack or raise it. I think I'm just going to leave this army for now.
They're smart clever for that.
Yeah, I really want Kislev to end up at war with Clan Mulder. I think that could happen. So there's military presence down here as well. Oh, Kislev. Kislev took a loss here. Oh, they lost another settlement. Okay, that's interesting. Down here? Yeah, they lost Zavrasta to Manfred and Slovenia. Hmm. So can I build any recruitment buildings that actually set me up better to deal with the silly Skaven? So I could go for this to get access to Marauder Horsemen,
No,
but light cavalry is not particularly effective against the rattling guns. Chariots, yeah, chariots are quite good against a lot of this stuff here. So their infantry I'm not worried about. It's their rattling guns and plague catapults I'm concerned about.
mutant beast.
Yeah, unfortunately the recruiting more chariots requires tier 2 at this, which is 5 turns, plus this building has to be in the same region. Which I can't really do right now. I could possibly still find, like, I don't think this army is necessarily unbeatable.
I'm not fool. I eat my
Alright,
enemy.
I won't make any changes to Throgg's army now. Let's head
Have a crack.
west. Can I hit Doomkeep in 2 turns? I can. Okay, let's do this then.
Good dead.
Move to there and raid.
Was going to anyway.
Alright, so my statement about things going well and hoping things were quiet on this front obviously fell apart. Boy, it would have been nice to get that block army working last turn. Would have got us an extra turn at least. That's fine. Still really torn on Sol encampment. I guess I could go for... I could recruit Warhounds as a fast unit to try and get after Skaven weapon crews, but that's... the leadership's very poor. Skaven have stuff like Menace Below. I think that's just not going to work very well. I also am very reluctant to take any of these units out of Throgg's army, because this army is now set up really well to deal with the other Norscans. Yeah, a bit of a problem here for sure. Might help a little to get a bit more Regiment of Renown unlocked. Yeah, we get Berserkers with Unbreakable at rank 16. That could be somewhat useful. Okay, let's see what happens.
World scourge.
Yep, we saw this one coming. So now we get a look at exactly what he has in this army. Oh wow, it's even worse than it looked. 2 warp fire throwers as well. This is a really good, like, well put together Skaven army. Bunch of fodder for the front line. I don't think these rat pats with poison are very good units, but whatever. And then, yeah, artillery, rattling guns, warp fire throwers. There's nothing my garrison can do against this. And yeah, it's a really tough army for Throgg as well, like I was saying. Yeah, we just sacked it, that's not surprising. And now he maybe occupies it? Or not? Okay. Let's just change enemy faction, animation speed fast. There we go. Yeah, so I was correct that he couldn't reach Varg camp, so I got the building sold and made the money off that at least. Ooh, okay. Capacity replenishment rates or upkeep down. I think both these are good. How much is my upkeep currently? I can't see. It's probably in the 3,000 range. So that's something like... I mean, that's something like 4,500 extra gold. Yeah, I think I'll take this. Right, so this was sacked. But... oh, I guess I had... this building's blown up. Yeah.
Stop this torment.
I suppose I should have... oh, I should have abandoned Varg camp last turn. I found out, by the way, that you don't get all the gold you get from the abandonment plus the demolish costs. I think because the abandonment value is somewhat based off the buildings, but you do still get more than just abandoning if you also sell the buildings on the same turn. So I had checked that out in just a test save, but I did forget about it. Yeah, but abandoning this would actually be good. It'd slow this army down and cost it money. Whereas now I'm just giving him a... well, it'll be a tier 2 settlement. And yeah, with this full stack, there's nothing I can recruit that's going to be able to stop him. So that one's just lost. Okay, let's maybe move my sorcerer first, see if I can block the Skaven.
Did you say something?
Yeah, this isn't as useful this turn because I suspect he's just going to occupy it or raise it, which of course doesn't take much movement, but again, to just get more experience. Oh, he failed again. Alright, that's fine.
No.
Oh, and Wolfric does have a Shaman Sorcerer out. That's interesting. And Wolfric's in Doom Keep. Okay, so we have the option of attacking Doom Keep and confederating Wolfric, but as tempting as that looks, it would obviously give us a lot more territory, it would get rid of an enemy, it would let me confederate this army. My gut feeling is that that actually will cost me in the medium term, even if it's a strength boost in the short term, because what that will do is put me in diplomatic contact with the factions here, which is multiple, and probably even further down the coast because of this port. So that's multiple Empire factions, as well as possibly there's a Greenskin tribe, and yeah, maybe even down to Marienburg. Yeah, it's a really interesting decision because it would be a big short-term boost to basically get more armies. Like, for example, I'd be able... well, I guess this army would be wiped out, but this stack...
Not a chance.
this army I'd be able to grab if I wanted to use it against the Skaven. In a normal campaign, without that this is Total War rule, for sure I'd make the Confederation just take this territory, and I imagine probably no one would immediately immediately go to war with me. Oh, there's also Albion and the new Dark Elf faction that I'd end up at war with. So yeah, I think I will play it slowly, and I will take out Wulfric and retake Doom Keep, or at least sack it, but I won't actually
Battle time is
confederate.
time. Shatter skulls.
Okay. Just give me a second here. Alright, sorry about that. Yeah, so we're going to fight this battle. Let's encircle here.
Taste my vomit.
And we're going to join my werewolf, or skinwolf.
I'll wreck them.
And let's look at his rank up options here. So I quite like these. This is an AoE boost to allies' armor for allies in range. Gets up to plus 23 for the last rank, and an extra 23 from this skill. And then the alternative one, which locks this side, is the Vicious Assault, which adds to melee attack. But because of the Infernal Dominance trait, being like adding to all the melee attack for all units in the army, I don't like this. It's kind of an asymmetry here. Like there's no corresponding defensive boost from a trait. So I think I really want to just maximize the strength of my front line, and I think that does the job best. Right, rank 14 on Throgg. So do I want 1 point in Beast Slayers, or do I want... I don't need missile resistance or casualty replenishment rate, particularly on those units. Do I want melee defense for the Fimir and Trolls? No, I'm going to just focus on missile strength. Get this maxed out. Okay, and my other Skinwolf actually got a rank up too. Yeah, so even though these don't stack, the range is only 30 meters, so I'm not going to have... The Wekin are going to be like tanks on either flank kind of thing, so I actually want this passive armor AoE ability on both of them. Alright, let's go ahead and fight this. So, yeah, Ice Wolves and Skin Wolves. Wulfric himself is on a horse, he causes terror. Got to remember his Sea Fang ability, which is basically a line AoE magic attack, does quite a lot of damage. And then the rest of it is melee infantry. Okay. Right, and I don't have enough movement range to... Oh, you're kidding me. 0 Winds of Magic? I guess I gamble, but I'm suspecting that 0 is because it's just so low in this region or something. Oh no. Okay, well, we got something that was not quite 0 at least. Yeah, I was just going to say, just like in mental notes for myself, if I sack this settlement, I won't be able to occupy it this turn, which is worth knowing. Oh, these guys are Vanguard deployment. Forgot about that somehow. Could definitely come in useful against the Skaven. I guess his Twisted Flesh boost doesn't boost his own armor. That's too bad. Alright, what am I doing here? I think I want to deploy on one side or the other. I'll try deploying... Not sure they're going to come to me. Actually, you know what? I think they will. I think they'll view themselves as strong enough that they will come at me. So let's have Throgg, Skinwolf, Fimir, Then on the other flank, which is probably the weaker side, trolls, other skin wolf. Which one of these? Yeah, there's one of these who are slightly better. This guy has slightly better weapon strength, okay. Right, now melee attack's taking a hit because we still have that silly -10. The -10 melee attack for +10 melee defense going. Alright. Group the guys who have abilities. And you're short range, so I want you to be at the front. And then how many other units do I have here now? I've got 7 plus 6. Alright, so something like this. Doesn't really have. I guess it doesn't really make sense to have the. I should have the 7 at the back rather than at the front. There's no real advantage, I think, to having a wider front line. It's just easier for them to get in and attack us. Okay, so a formation's something like this. We've got the fireball to do a little bit of damage from a distance. We've got the chariots to go harass them a bit, although they have their own chariots, which are better versions of mine. You guys should be off skirmish mode. And yeah, I think that's more or less it. Let's have the chariot start on the other flank. We'll have to just wait and see what they manage to get done, depending on how the enemy deploy. Okay, the enemy chariots are on that flank, that's good. The skin wolves are on this flank, yeah. Well, the skin wolves are not that fast though, right? Oh, never mind, speed 75. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, let's keep the chariots here then for now. Probably want to just get fireballs into the clump of infantry, preferably kind of angled. Okay, they're sending their skin wolves around to flank. These guys are anti-large, right? Yeah, that's a problem. This guy's also anti-large though. He's large himself, I believe. Okay, have the chariot swing around like this. Okay, we need these guys to reposition for this flank, and Sorcerer should be casting Fireball. Is this Wulfric? Yeah. Okay, he cast his AoE magic ability. It didn't do too much damage though, fortunately. Yeah. You guys need to be firing those skin wolves. Yeah, this flank's... We need to be more careful on this flank. Oh, Throgg's getting beaten up by Wulfric. That's actually very bad. But Wulfric's taking a ton of javelin fire, so I guess it's working out okay. Alright, Sorcerer needs to get out of here. Chariots, you need to get into this unit. Alright, that Wolfkin's in trouble. Throgg's also in trouble. Holy crap. But Wulfric broke first. That's good. Really good.
On my way.
Okay. Mortar Berserkers getting straight into my melee. Oh, a missile line. Not good. Get into them. Oh, crap, this is not what I wanted to happen over here. Right, you guys try to help the Skin Wolf. Yeah. Definitely having issues in this battle. Okay, we're going to break the center, that's not a problem. Need to get over this way. Yeah, my hero did route there, that's okay. Provided he gets away. Looks like he's not going to make it. Man, losing him in the first battle, that's rough.
Bring us to carnage! Kill them!
These units need to pull back. Okay, we've more or less broken their center here. Turret's getting bogged down in melee, that's not good. Throgg's actually taken a ton of damage. Yeah, he's taking a lot of damage from the skirmishers. As I say there, we have more or less taken out this flank. Try and snipe Wulfric. Ah, too bad I don't have magic left for Fireball. Alright, Chariot's took some damage, yeah, keep trying to run away. Okay, this unit's taking too much damage too. Yeah, those units are getting beaten up. Needs to make my left flank stronger here. I underestimated the strength of the Whack-In for sure. Or, sorry, the Skin Wolves on the enemy side. Fimir did alright. What's happening over this way? Right, we do need to finish off those chariots. I think we've more or less broken the rest of this stuff. Not necessarily, actually. Okay, he needs some help. Oh man, those Skin Wolves just hit us in the rear. Back in here. Oh, Throgg's fighting spearmen. That's not good. Okay. Other Skin Wolf ran away. Yikes. Yeah. Pull back, use our missiles. Probably these units are probably just going to break. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, trolls come back. I think we got very close to breaking their army. Need a little bit more here though. I know they've got missile troops here. I'm just trying to break their units there. Yeah, okay. Oh my goodness, Fimir got messed up at the end. Wow. Right, they're routing. Really too bad I didn't get more magic down. I mean, Sorcerer did fine. It's like, you can't really do anything about it. Okay, I think we broke their army. Well, came very close at least. Yeah, we did. Wow, that was tough. Really tough. Yeah, I had a harder time with that than I thought I would. I needed to basically redeploy. My left flank was just too weak. The right flank did fine, but they had multiple units of berserkers plus the Skin Wolves in from the left, and I didn't deal with them. So my heroes also didn't perform particularly well. My two melee heroes. One of them I think was wounded or killed, and the other one routed off the battlefield. Just trying to let Throgg regenerate. Yeah, Throgg took a lot of damage from Wulfric. Wulfric I thought was going to be more of a problem than he was. So Throgg basically face tanked him while we just pelted him with javelins. Yeah, the Fimir down to very low health, but they did hold, which was great, and they only actually lost half their guys. Yeah, I think this was more of a sort of misexecution than an issue of the army composition. Still, a win's a win. I don't think much was permanently wiped out. We'll just have to see about that one Skin Wolf. And we've got a little while to replenish here. Looks like he survived. Wow, that's lucky. Maybe these 2 units didn't make it though. Hmm. Oh wow, 100 kills on Wolfric. Okay, he did more than I realized. He got more than their skin wolves. Wow, I think I got super, super lucky there not to get units wiped out. Yeah. Okay, I think... we very badly need replenishment. So I will... Well, I've just trying to think about what we've actually... I'm not sure this is more replenishment than I'd get if I occupied it and then just stood in the settlement. Yeah, let's do that instead. I know I'm not being counterattacked here over the end turn. Okay, charge bonus was 10% for Throgg, that's fine. Yeah, well, this is a big decision, but like I was saying before, I really think I kind of shoot myself in the foot if I confederate Wulfric right now. I will eventually do it because Wulfric's a great lord, but yeah, not for the time being. Alright, well, things got interesting. The Skaven are going to be a problem, and that was a tough old fight for Throgg, but we got through it. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will be back for the next part.